back and forth, more from Teofimo's side. You approached your father. You told him something. What is it that you told him? Because I know he was trying to like get some antics towards you, and it didn't get to you.
No, I just told him about himself. He know what I said, but he got to stop being a clown, you know? Like, everybody not with the clown antics and things like that just because he want to sell a fight. It's cool to sell a fight, but I'm not fighting. Leave me alone.
You give yourself time to reflect and appreciate how well you've done so far in your career?
No, not at all. I hate myself for it, but it's part of it. It's just part of the life.
Or appreciate it as well.
I don't appreciate it. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think that I get butchered, and I think God punishes me a lot for it. So I'm just a punching bag to that. So one day I'll get, maybe one day, but not yet.
We appreciate you though, brother.
No, yeah.
These guys appreciate you too.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just never got my fair share. I never did. Not once, man.
The way you look at it.
Not once. But hey, that's just my journey. I guess I just never took on Baphomet, so I just gotta keep him.
Terence Crawford didn't raise his voice, but when Bud addressed Teofimo Lopez's past comments, it landed like a judge's gavel because he wasn't arguing emotion. He was arguing standards.
Every time, gotta put respect to it. To all my brothers and sisters, I love you guys. Always salute to the power that it be above. I thank you guys. I never wanted anything to harm you guys at all. So for that, my condolences to all you guys and to the slavery and everything that's ever happened mentally.
See, look, I look at it like this. It's a prime example. When life comes at you, it'll come at you in many ways, and you gotta treat it like a champ. That's it. You gotta treat it like a champ. Tell yourself it's okay. I learned from it, and I treat it like a champ every time. So if you're going through hard times in your life, whether it's from any sports or academics or anything like that, it's okay. You're still a champ.
Crawford basically framed it like this. Trash talk is part of boxing, but when it crosses into racial insults and stereotypes, you're not promoting a fight anymore. You're exposing yourself.
Lopez apologized for slavery because of all of the disrespect and the racist comments he was given. Bud Crawford calling him a monkey, the N-word with the hard ER, etc., etc., etc. Who knew all Tio needed was an ass whooping? Well, Shakur gave him exactly that.
That moment matters because Bud isn't just an online voice. He's a pound-for-pound great who lived the grind and understands how words come back around once the gloves are on.
Offended all of us, so you know exactly what you're doing. You tried to play that game, making them racist remarks, and I said, I'm not feeling it. I don't like when Ryan Garcia did it. I'm not understanding that type of stuff at all. I stand firm on that. When Terence Crawford seen this after this last match, we got dominated. Shakur Stevenson put down the strip for complete demonstration. He didn't get but one round. Terence Crawford went up. You know, they had the little situation where they was about to get into it and stuff and said, hey, they mad. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. F them. F T.O., F his daddy, F his sister, and anyone else that has a problem.
And Teofimo's history of taking shots at black fighters, questioning why networks signed them, and mocking their success, that didn't vanish. It piled up. You could feel it hovering when he finally spoke after the loss, talking about punishment and reflection.
First of all, you don't joke about people's trauma. Second of all, it ain't even funny. So you know why he was doing it. He was purposefully being racist. So you get what you deserve. Tio was complaining about ESPN signing black fighters. From Devin Haney to Shakur to Shushu to Keyshawn. Ironically, they all won, and Tio is the only one that lost. They all won in impressive fashions, becoming champions, etc. Teofimo Lopez is the only one that lost in an embarrassing fashion.
Whether you believe in karma or not, boxing has a way of answering disrespect with reality. Then came the ring, and that's where Shakur Stevenson erased all the talk. From the opening bell, Shakur didn't just outbox Teofimo. He outthought him, turning every feint into a trap and every rush into a mistake.
But it was a hell of a night. Tio, he came and tried to do his best, but his best wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I thought Tio, he came, he brought it, but you were just that much better. I was so impressed by the range control, the balance, the discipline in there. How did you feel in there?
I knew since the second round it was over. I went back to my corner, I told him, I said, I'm stronger than he is. And when I seen that, it just gave me more confidence, and it was my night.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you filled out really well, 140. You looked really strong in there, big. Is this your best weight class?
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna be at 140. I have no clue. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and sit down and scan myself. I'm gonna watch the fight, see how I like it, and we'll see.
Teofimo looked confused and frustrated, like he was always a step behind a fighter who had already solved the puzzle. This wasn't about strength or toughness. It was about timing, IQ, and preparation. Shakur made a former champion look ordinary without any theatrics. That's the coldest form of dominance.
Oh, how hard you trained in there. It showed in the ring, the discipline, the shape you were in. You had great cardio. Looked like you could have gone, 18 rounds.
I could have. That was easy. I actually was picking it up as it go, but T.O., he fought to not get stopped, so respect to him.
Wait, so respect for fighting to not get stopped?
I mean, he could have got stopped in there. It was almost over at a couple of times.
Isn't that more respect, maybe? If you,
I mean, he's a tough fighter. Yeah. He got power too, speed too.
So that cut you opened up, that was what, precision?
That was me just being the best. Hey, Mike, we about to get.
So when people connect the dots afterward, Crawford calling out the disrespect, Teofimo questioning his direction, and Shakur delivering a masterclass, it feels less like coincidence and more like boxing doing what it always does. Talk all you want, the ring eventually tells the truth.
Just what was it like in there? How come you didn't really feel like you could get into the rhythm as such? I mean, just your perspective on it.
Yeah, I think I was just honestly too focused on one particular objective, one particular thing, than really enjoying what I could see opening. I was catching him a lot with the body shots a lot. So I think that was one of my effective arsenals that was getting him every time. But I think just more combinations, especially finish with left hooks and stuff. I did poorly on not listening to my team. That's on me. Take it on the chin.
And right after watching Shakur turn that fight into a live lesson in timing, control, and separation, Teofimo Lopez Sr. steps up, sounding like a man explaining a storm after it already passed. What's interesting is how he starts by saying everything was fine, then quickly shows nothing was fine. He keeps going back to sparring, to the drills, to what should have happened, and that's the first crack. Because when Senior says he didn't do what I told him, what he's really saying is the plan never survived contact with Shakur's mind.
The sparring sessions were like what motivated me to this fight. That I was 100% sure we was gonna win. For some reason, the game plan, my son didn't do what I told him he was supposed to do.
You can hear the frustration when he talks about rhythm, about stopping Shakur from doing what Shakur does best, because that's the nightmare matchup in one sentence. Senior floats the idea that media narratives, social noise, and future fights got into Teofimo's head. And that's not crazy, but it also admits something bigger. This wasn't a physical loss. It was a mental one. When he says Teofimo's power wasn't there, I don't hear tired muscles. I hear hesitation.
How you gonna fight, a fight when everybody wants you to lose? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that we planned, everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there.
And when he insists Teofimo wasn't beaten up and went 12 rounds, that's a father protecting his son's pride, not a coach breaking down the board. What really stands out is when he admits Teofimo is easy to disrupt mentally because Shakur didn't need to hurt him early. He only needed to confuse him. Senior keeps saying everyone wanted his son to lose, but in boxing, pressure doesn't come from outside noise. It comes from the opponent taking away your options. The 8th round moment he mentions, where Shakur was supposedly hurt, even feels like a stretch.
All the greats have lost and they have come back and they have done great. So, we're here and we're gonna stay. He's still 28 years old. He's still not in his prime, and we're coming back stronger than ever. Next time, I think he's ready to go to 147.
Then comes the pivot to 147, the classic post-loss escape route. Bigger weight, new start, new threats. But here's the reality. Moving up doesn't fix processing speed, discipline, or adaptability. Teofimo Sr. sounds loyal, emotional, protective, and sincere, but also trapped in explanations that avoid the simplest truth. Shakur didn't win because Teofimo failed. Shakur won because he was better, quicker upstairs.
We hurt Shakur, like I think in the 8th round, and he was hurt for about 2 rounds, and he let him come back. You know, the whole plan was not to exchange with him. The whole plan was not to box with him. But I guess, you know, it worked to Shakur's benefit, and congratulations to him and to his team. And we got to move to better things, you know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. Regroup and come back. He's the greatest. He's one of the greatest fighters right now in the business. And let's see what happens, you know, in the future.
And right after Teofimo Lopez Sr. finishes explaining the loss like it was a system failure instead of a takeover, Tim Bradley steps in and basically says, "Nah, you're missing the scary part." Because Bradley isn't debating who won. He's pointing out how little Shakur actually showed. That's the wild part. When Bradley says this wasn't the full package yet, that's not hype. That's a warning. He's looking at Shakur Stevenson the way veterans once looked at a young bud, like, you're still loading. And I love how he ties it to confidence, not power. He's saying Shakur already sees everything, catches everything, counters everything, but hasn't fully flipped the switch where he decides.
Still growing as a fighter. He's still growing as a man. He's not even at his peak yet. Let me say that again. He's not at his peak yet. The minute Shakur gets confident enough, because you heard it after when he was just like, I could have stopped him, but he started fighting back. The minute he gets confident enough, man, I'm telling y'all, he gonna stop a lot of fighters.
Bradley even mentions how Shakur admitted he could have stopped Teofimo but chose control instead. That tells you this fight was managed, not survived. Every time Teofimo tried to think, Bradley says he got countered. Every time he tried to load up, he froze. At one point, Bradley flat out says Teofimo went amateur in there. Not because he forgot how to fight, but because his mind got overloaded. That's elite boxing. Then Bradley makes the comparison that really hits. The Terence Crawford comparison. Not power or violence, but that moment when Bud gets tired of solving you and decides to finish early. That's where Bradley thinks Shakur is heading. Not yet, but soon. That's the difference from the senior breakdown. Senior talks plans and rhythm. Bradley talks inevitability. One explains the past. The other predicts the future. And if Bradley's right, what we saw wasn't peak Shakur. It was a preview.
Shakur turned Teofimo Lopez into an amateur fighter. Didn't even leave first gear. This is not the best Shakur Stevenson. I'm telling you guys. I said this after the Cepeda fight. When Shakur put it all together, I'ma tell y'all when he puts it all together. When he put it all together, I promise you, it's gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson, Terence Crawford. I didn't have to be in the ring with Terence.
Brian McIntyre steps in and changes the lens completely because BoMac isn't talking excuses. He's talking levels. When BoMac calls Shakur's performance a masterpiece, it doesn't sound like hype. It sounds like a coach recognizing clean work. And I love how he points it at the next generation, basically saying, if you want to learn boxing the right way, rewind and study this. When he says he knew Shakur would dominate as soon as the fight was announced, that's not disrespect to Teofimo. That's respect for styles at the elite level. Then he talks corner work, and when BoMac says whatever Teofimo tried wasn't going to work, that's brutal honesty. Not that they messed up, but that there was no door to open. And when he repeats that Shakur has a great boxing mind, it lines up perfectly with what Bradley said earlier. This wasn't about speed or power.
Yeah, masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and the amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful.
When you were watching it, did you feel right away Shakur's gonna run away with this?
Well, I kind of figured that when they when they said they was gonna fight each other. So I knew Shakur was gonna dominate him, you know, but they must hype the fight up.
BoMac even jokes that the best way to beat Shakur might be to avoid him. And honestly, that might be the most accurate scouting report so far. What really lifts this segment is how smoothly BoMac shifts to Terence Crawford. When he says Bud has nothing left to prove, it feels earned, not emotional. 3 undisputed runs, dominance across divisions, and leaving before the clock collects interest. That's beating boxing itself. And when BoMac describes working with Crawford like a classroom, it matters, because you can feel the connection. The same gym that built Bud's mind is shaping Shakur's future. So while Teofimo Sr. talks regrouping and weight changes, BoMac is talking eras. Shakur at 135, 140, maybe higher. Bud riding off, different stages, same system. The message is clear. This wasn't luck.
Then just the way he dominates this fighter. There's never been a fight that Terence had that's been suspect or they wanted to run it back or something like that. They didn't. There's not one fighter. Most of the fighters that he fought, he ended their career, or they never was the same fighter after he fought them. Just look at it. Look at it, man. The last 3 guys, man, look what he did to them. The last 4 or 5 guys. Jesus Christ.
When you put all of this together, the picture becomes clear. Terence Crawford checked the culture and the standards. Shakur Stevenson answered everything in the only language that matters, and everyone else has been reacting since. Teofimo didn't just lose a fight. He hit a moment where talk, identity, preparation, and reality collided. His father is still searching for reasons. Tim Bradley is warning this isn't even Shakur's final form. And BoMac is calmly showing you what elite boxing looks like when talent meets discipline. That's the thread. This wasn't chaos, controversy, or coincidence. This was separation. Shakur didn't need to be loud, violent, or dramatic. He needed time and space. Once he had it, the division felt smaller. The scary part is everyone keeps saying the same thing differently. This isn't peak Shakur yet. That's not hype. That's a forecast. And whatever Teofimo does next, 147 or elsewhere, won't erase what happened. Boxing remembers lessons.
All I had to do was watch with my eyes one and hear the same thing that I said about Crawford, the way Crawford said about Shakur, and how confident he is in Shakur because he's been in the ring with Shakur and he knows what Shakur can do. That's all.
Now it's on you. Drop your thoughts in the comments and really debate this. Was this about skill, mindset, karma, or everything colliding at once? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.